Greetings, fellow cruisers. This is Jeff from Enjoy Life Traveling. Today we are taking you on a scenic river cruise. This is in Belize. This cruise is considered a safari, and this is also a tender port. We had to go quite a ways from out there to get to here because the water is so shallow. And when we got to port, the port was nice. It was simple, but we were able to kind of have a drink there, as you can see, and enjoy ourselves while we waited for the safari boat to get here. You're actually at this point in the ocean, and they take you to where the river's at. The water itself was actually really rough. I guess they just recently had a flood, and so the water was kind of dirty. But from what I understand, it's normal, kind of an emerald green at its peak. When you get on here, you are going to be required to wear a life jacket. It is not optional. They did make a very strong point of that, although you didn't necessarily have to wear it tight and proper. It was required that you had it on. So what I'm going to be showing you here today is, again, our river safari, and we're going to be looking at things like we're going to see good shots of crocodiles, we're going to see some dolphins, we got to see a little bit, a few other animals along with some birds and some bats and iguanas, and so I just thought I'd show you what it's like, and it's obviously very scenic. Again, the water is not very deep here at all because it is a tender port. If you jumped in and you felt yourself drowning, just stand up. It's not bad. However, when you're doing this here, obviously you're going through the speedboat. You're not going to have a hat on. It's going to just take it right off because they got moving pretty quick here. And I enjoyed it. It was a good ride. I tried to keep the sound down on this video, so it's just enough where you can hear what's kind of going on without overwhelming it. It's literally set at a 1 is what the background is. And instead of hearing a bunch of me, I'm going to let the person who's actually doing the tour, you can kind of hear her and let her point out things and kind of hopefully see what's going on as I try to search through it with a camera. So at some point you can stop listening to me ramble and start listening to someone who really knows what they're talking about. This young lady did a really good job, and she had a wonderful personality. And again, if you stay tuned to the video here, you'll really get a good idea as to what everything looked like if you were to be on this. It's about a 2 and a half hour tour. We were on here for, well, this clip that I'm showing you, the whole thing is maybe an hour long, so it's not bad at all. Now, Belize is in Central America. It is still, though, considered a part of the Caribbean. And interestingly enough, this gained independence from the United Kingdom in 1981. It just seems amazing to me that it would take to 81 to get to that point. But that's what it took. So Belize has a wildlife sanctuary. It's the only jaguar preserve in the world. The island of Belize is called Cays. Belize was once the heartland of the Mayan civilization, and the country changed its name from Britain, Honduras to Belize in 1973. Belize is the top retirement destination in the world, and English is the official language.
So just a moment ago, we passed the closest island to Belize. In Belize, we have over 400 offshore islands. Yes, that's the mainland. We are on mainland Central America. So behind our license plate, you see CA, Central America. Yes, we are a part of mainland Central America, but because we have the Caribbean Sea to the east, we are also considered a part of the Caribbean. It all depends on which side of the bed we wake up on in the morning, how we feel, if we want to hablar en español, or if we want to feel Ironman. Yeah, man. So we're blessed with the best of both worlds. The Mojo Key was once inhabited by the Maya. Maya are the indigenous people of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, the Maya that were there were getting salt, stingray spines. They were getting seashells and more, and paddling up the river where we are going to go to the Maya's inland. In return, they would get food and their favorite money, which was cacao, also known as chocolate. The Maya word for chocolate is mojo, and that island is named Mojo Key. Yes. So that is the closest island to Belize City, but we have over 400 offshore islands. The number one visited island is San Pedro and Bergris Key. Many of you know it by Madonna because she came in the 1980s and she fell in love on the island. She called it La Isla Bonita. You guys heard that? Yeah. Last night I dreamt of San Pedro. Know that song? Yeah. Tropical, the island breeze, all in nature, wild and free. This is where I long to be. La Isla Bonita. Ah, you my people, karaoke people. We have a question at the back. How many of the islands are people are in? About 80% of them are in reserves and they're protected. The other 20% are inhabited, whether by a local fisherman using them for fishing camp, and there's two of them that are very populated as villages, San Pedro and Key Cocker.
Do they get flooded a lot?
No. Flooding, no. Damage from wind shears and storms, yes. Yeah. Flooded now. We shift attention to the river. We had a lot of rain last week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The water was already getting clear, and then the river started to rise again, and the more things started to float downstream. So all these logs are evidence of the amount of rain that we got over the weekend. March, April, May is the time of the year when the water level recedes and the out here gets emerald green in color. Oh. Yes, June to November is the rainy season. During that time, the river rises sometimes 8 to 12 feet in height above normal level. Wow. How does the water look? Brown, muddy. Belize is a Maya word which is Belize, and Belize translates into muddy water. Yes. What does Belize mean? Muddy water. When you go home, you can tell your friends and family, Belize means beautiful. They will know. So, we got dolphins at 12 o'clock. So, my friends, they're up front at 12. So I will ask if those of us at the front, if we can remain seated so my friends at the back could stand until we can get a proper view of it. Bottom dolphins at 12 o'clock. We use the boat like a clock. Straight ahead is 12. Halfway on the right is 3. 6 o'clock at the back. Halfway on the left is 9. So they are at 12 o'clock. Yeah, right in front of us. If he's still there. While we're waiting for Marco, the lab at 9 o'clock, you can see a brown pelican grooming himself. Oh, yeah. And beneath him is a cormorant. Oh. At the back, at about 6, 7 o'clock, there is a cormorant in the water swimming. Looks like a duck. Those are cormorants. They love to dive and go down for fish. And their favorite food is catfish. Follow the bird. The bird leads you to the dolphins. Come on, Marco. Oh, yeah. 11 o'clock. It's leading the way. I see it. Don't know. 1 o'clock. He's around here, two of them. 12 o'clock, he's leading the way. You guys see him? Yeah. Eleven o'clock. So if you notice, it is a little bit smaller inside. Right here.
Oh, wow.
It is a little bit smaller in size because right now, Mama is teaching her young how to fish. So what she does, she catches the fish and she tosses it in the ear so that the little one could learn how to catch the fish. And that's why you see the birds hovering about, because they want to come down and steal the fish away.
It's a little bit difficult as I try to watch the camera on the small screen of my phone versus actually trying to see the nature as it goes here. So I try to get you some of the best shots I'm able to here. But being that it's only 3 foot deep or so, the dolphins don't jump very high, but I do like getting what I got, and it's a very nice view. I also had a challenge of the camera trying to focus on what I wanted to focus on, because as soon as a person gets there, it focuses on the person or a tree branch, and so all the different depths kind of make it difficult for the camera to focus on what I want it to here. But I think it turned out okay.
April, May. Right beside us at 1 o'clock. It is very shallow beneath. If you try to do a cannonball, think you're going down about 10 feet, think again, 3 feet, 4 feet the most, you're going to get stuck in mud. It's very shallow because all the sediments wash downstream and they get stuck around here. That's why there's so much logs at the river mouth. That is also the reason why your ship is 4.5 miles away from the mainland. Your captain is in a tunnel, and if he strays out from that tunnel, your ship can get stuck in Belize. We don't worry though. We will just have a nice 5-star hotel added. There's one up ahead. He's leading us onto the river. And then over there, the big blackbird at almost 9 o'clock, one here at 10. Those are the magnificent frigate birds. Frigates are known as big bullies in Belize. They wait for the cormorants and the other bird, 12 o'clock, to catch the fish, and then they will bully them in the ear for them to drop the fish. They catch it, and they got lunch.
There are also some manatees here. It's kind of hard to tell, but you'll see these little, I don't know, almost coconut-looking things or log-looking things sticking out, bobbing in the water, and that's actually the nose of a manatee. And sometimes it's just a log or a coconut. But yeah, some of these that you're seeing here are actually going to be manatees. They're just coming up for a breath of air.
I'm going to find him in a bit. And he heard me, so he stopped. Here at the river mouth is where the manatees, they gravitate to. They love to come around here for their favorite food, which is the turtle grass. So keep your eyes out because they can be all around. What we are looking for is the size of my fist coming out of the water, going back down. By the time I say, there you go, there it went. 2 seconds, they're back down under. Most of the time, we see only their nose. Sometimes we see their entire body. All depends on what mood they're in today. just said that one that 10 o'clock was coconut. That's a coconut. But guys, that's more or less what it will look like when they're coming up. Coconut or a log? That's a log. But their nose looks almost like that, puffing up. Have anybody seen a manatee before? Yeah. Okay. What do they look like? Big.
Brave sea cow.
A big sea cow. That's what we call them in Belize, sea cow. They look for me like a sea walrus without the tongue. Yeah. They will be 10 to 13 feet in length when fully grown, and they will weigh an average of 750 pounds to as much as 1,500 pounds. So it's just a matter of waiting. Wait, right here. 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
9:30. There you go. There it went. Just the nose. Yeah, as I was going to say, it's a matter of waiting because while they're active, they must come up to take a breath every 10 to 15 minutes. They're down there and they're eating their favorite food, which is turtle grass. The bird that's trying to overpower me is the great-tailed grackle, also known in Belize as those annoying black birds. Cousins to ravens and crows.
So this one's soaring up here?
That's a magnificent frigate. If it has a red under his neck, it's the male. And what they will do is they will blow up their neck during this time of the year like a big balloon, kind of like a toad. And they will do that to attract the females. Straight ahead at 12 o'clock past Kareem is a great blue heron. Standing on the log, there's a main log coming across. The blue heron is right on top of it.
Yeah.
Great blue heron. Spotted by our Captain Debo.
All the way in the corner right there.
Oh, you got it.
Leo in Stansbury, I saw one of those eating a rat in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
Really weird.
That's a great blue heron. Crocodiles, we do have lots of crocodiles. If we don't see any going halfway up, then we stop and we give you a swim break.
Some interesting facts about Belize. The country's most prized culinary delicacy is a rodent called gibnut. Incidentally, it was also called the royal rat because it was once served to Queen Elizabeth. Belize has an old folklore character called El Sisimito, and it's a dwarf with a thumb complex. He himself has no thumbs, and he cuts off everyone else's. He's notorious for his iconic red hat and silver guitar. So you were talking about a dwarf with a guitar and a fetish for cutting off other people's thumbs.
You went close, Abby?
Yeah.
Kareem said he's big. All right, so Kareem has spotted a crocodile. I'll ask for us to be as quiet as possible. In the ticket here where we see all of the dried branches, there is something that looks like a used tire.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah,
It's a crocodile that we are looking at right there.
He's just moving his nose.
Yeah, his head is above the water. His head is white. It's a little clear. And his body is in the water. That's our first crocodile. Another direction, guys. See the thick log, the thick branch coming down? Follow that down, and right where it meets the water, 1 foot across from that is the face of the crocodile.
Yeah.
The face right here. Okay. Oh, my bad, guys. That's the tail. The face is over under.
Oh,
And he's going. He's gone.
What bird was that again?
A cormorant. Yeah. He's fighting that fish to go down head first. I have never seen a fish. Oh, there goes. That does not go down with a fight. But that one did. I stand corrected. So they fight for the fish to go down head first. While they're busy fighting, that's when the frigates come around. Are we safe to say that we saw enough manantinos? We can continue. Alrighty. For those of you who did not get to see a mananti, what you can do is later on back at the port, you can contribute to our economy and you can buy a pretty postcard. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the majestic Belize River. This river starts from two other rivers. One comes from Guatemala in the west, that's known as the Mopan. One comes from our hills, that's the Macau. They meet in Belize's territory and form this river that is over 180 miles long. It is mainly fresh water until a couple miles before it meets the sea. It's brackish. The dominant vegetation right now are mangroves, red mangroves. Yes. And as the water starts to become more fresh, you will see the vegetation changing from mangroves to palm trees and fruit trees. So you will see that transition upstream. Juvenile crocodiles. You can find crustaceans. The favorite of the locals are blue crabs. Up in the branches, you can find boa constrictors. Don't worry, guys. If it falls in the boat, they will give you some big welcome hug to Belize. We have as well lots of birds calling this area home. Raccoons, squirrels, cousins to the raccoons, known as codamundis. All of those animals calls this habitat home. You see trees, Belizeans see medicine. Each of these trees has a unique purpose, and for the mangroves, this is used if you have rheumatoid arthritis. Did I say correct? Yes. So you boil the leaves and you take a bath with this, and it helps with your bodily joints, pain, rheumatoid arthritis. Up in the branches, keep your eyes out for birds. They are there, but unless we stop and point them out, they just freeze.
I saw a blue one. There's one right up there.
Yeah, right here. A yellow-crowned night heron.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a boat-bill heron. He has a big boat bill. A boat-bill heron has a big bill that looks like a boat on this branch right here. His bill looks like a big boat.
The flower of Belize, the national flower, is the black orchid, and Belize is known as the jewel in the heart of the Caribbean basin.
He's still there. No. Right at the first V, guys. Right at the first V.
He's right there with yellow legs.
In Belize, we say crutch.
see it?
Do you guys say crutch?
I saw it earlier. I didn't see it now.
Yeah?
I see him.
Right at the first crutch.
Yellow with legs.
Mind your very lips. There's a big brown pot in the mangroves. You might think it's a monkey, but that is a termite's nest. Right up there. Are any of you fans of Survivor? Naked and Afraid. The first thing they tell you to look for is a termite nest. Because one, When you find termites, you have found food. Put a hole in that nest, about 20 of them gonna come walking off. Take a nice swipe of it. You just had a mint-flavored Rice Krispies treat. And those are high in protein. Look for gray.
He's in the trees. He's at the tree line.
Oh, I see him.
Do you see him, Joe?
Do you see anything?
Yeah. You see the eyes. No, in Belize we do not have alligators, only crocodiles. So we are looking at a freshwater species. This is a merlet. Because of the flood, they're getting pushed downstream. But a little bit later, he's going to start swimming back upriver. When fully grown, the merlets will be about 14 feet in length. The saltwater species, which is the American saltwater, they will be over 24 feet in length when fully grown.
He's going to turn it around, so...
You gonna turn it? Yes, ma'am. It's still there. He is going. Sorry, Mama, he is going. His face is still there. We'll find one on your side. Guys, anything to move? No, it's... That is a bare-throated tiger heron. We have the great white egret, we have snowy egret, cattle egret, and the immature little blue heron is white as well. But I would have to check his feet first. They both went on the same area. Yeah. The highway running beside us is the highway that takes us from Belize City to Mexico. Oh. If we travel 98 miles, it's about 2 hours drive. We reach the border with Mexico in the Quintana Roo state. The neighboring town is Chetumal. If Belizeans want McDonald's, Burger King, Kentucky, Pizza Hut, we gotta go across the border.
Oh, wow. You don't have that?
There is no American franchise in Belize.
Is it because they won't allow them here, or?
No, they say that we don't have a very high population to sustain them. Our population is a little bit under 500,000 people for the whole country.
And a couple more fun facts for you. Do not greet Belizeans by their first name. It is considered rude. Thumb locking is actually a sign of greeting in Belize. Belize was a major place for the Mayans. The small country was home to over 900 Mayan ruins. Belize's modern history is entwined with the British. The little Caribbean country was a colony of the British Empire and a big source of timber.
On the riverbank is a bigger guy. Yeah. Right in there, under those tickets, is another crocodile. 2 crocodiles right here. One in the water, one on the riverbank.
Oh, I see the one. Holy no.
Yeah.
That one on the bank is huge.
This is the tail. The face is pointing to the land. And right where his nose is pointed, past him on the riverbank, is one under the tickets, too. There's 2 crocodiles here. One on the riverbank, one in the water.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My friends up front, how you doing? Need some shade? Maya are the indigenous people. The mixture of Maya and Spanish is myself. I am known as a mestizo, but in the United States, you call us Latinos. Then we have the Creole, that is Kareem and Devon. They are a mixture of African and European. I say European because it's British, Scottish, French. That's in their bloodline. And then we have the Garinago, a mixture of Carib and Arawak. Those are the four main ethnic groups of Belize.
Is that coloring on the wood how high the water is down?
Yes, that watermark is where the river was about a month and a half ago. All of that was underwater. Really? Yes. Yes. All of it underwater. You can see it under a tree as well, the watermark. That's how high the river was. So that
Oh, look at all
area...
those crocodiles.
11:26. Oh, yeah.
And is that normal for the river to rise that much?
No, we had a very long rainy season, and then Tropical Storm Sarah came and just rained on us for a couple of days. It was a freak flood. Not normal. Hurricane, in our country's history, there is a devastating hurricane every 30 years in our history, country's pattern. There's one female.
Yes, he's an iguana. Yes.
There's a female up There's a big guy up top. There's a female across from him in the ticket.
Oh, now I see this one.
You guys okay?
Wow. These look different from the ones that she's in here.
These are a green iguana. That is the male. There's a female in the middle. No, that's another male. Those are three males right there. The females keep the green color, so they're camouflaging. They're sticking on us.
Oh, yeah, there's another one.
He's shaking his head up and down. When he does that, he's trying to appear to be bigger than he actually is.
Iguanas aggressive.
Iguanas prefer to flee than fight. They're indigenous, they're not invasive. Because in Belize, we do not call these iguana, we call these lunch. So the Belizean, they will eat the female with the pouch and their eggs. So that controls the population.
Do the crocodiles eat iguanas?
Crocodiles will eat iguana if they catch them, but iguanas are excellent divers. They dive very fast. Oh, he's picking up fight again. Want a piece of me? The female is right here in front of him. She's concealed in there.
There's a little one right here.
Male. Oh, they're about to fight for her. She's like, prove it. Show me you love me. Oh, another one coming down. That's an iguana. Right on the tree trunk. That's an iguana. She's going up. Oh! I thought that was one coming down.
Oh, there's a big guy.
There's a big guy up there, up top. There's another one coming down. Over here, guys, take a look at that tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 of them up there, or more. 9, 10. You can't miss those, guys. Look at them.
Eye level. Oh.
Another meal coming up. We're about to have a fight. Keep following the riverbank. There's going to be so much of them. We have a rare species of Belizean Homo sapien. This one is foraging for food. Everybody's like, what?
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, I see him.
There it is, guys.
Coming up. I see him. Yeah. Came to this tree right here.
Is that his face?
Yeah, see that?
Oh, there he is, guys.
So just another quick fact in for you. Belize is home of the second largest barrier reef system in the world, the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef System. It's also known as the Great Mayan Reef. You may have heard me talk about this when I talk about Honduras. It's pretty incredible.
Right here. The tree to the right, and he's on the left side of that tree.
Yeah.
He's like kind of in the thicket. You can see the branches moving when they move. You can see him right now.
I don't know if it's me, but I could even see the pink from his cojones.
I took a picture of that area, so yeah, you can inspect the.
Alright guys, those were howler monkeys, which means we got everything off our list. Woo-hoo! They have a bone in their throat. When they inhale the air, it amplifies the sound. You can hear howlers 3.5 miles away. They will howl for territorial reasons, and they will howl if they know that the weather is about to change.
There they are.
The national animal of Belize is a biological mix of a horse and a rhinoceros, but is named mountain cow. Locally, it is known as a tapar, and it looks like a giant guinea pig weighing over 500 pounds.
In Belize, we have 2 species. This is the largest of the 2. When fully grown, the male will be about 25 to 28 pounds. The female is about 22 to 23. The other species is the spider monkeys in the higher elevation.
The pyramid named El Castillo is the tallest man-made structure in Belize. A ghost known as Stone Woman, who wears white clothes and has fiery eyes, is said to climb the stairs and mix with the temple wall. I would like your feedback on these types of videos where I'm showing an excursion and some things to see, where I also kind of add in some fun facts. It is a little bit difficult to get the sound right between one and the other recordings, but I would really like to know what you think about it. So if you could put some comments in there, I'd appreciate it. And I really hope you're enjoying the video here. We're just about done, but I really thought the whole thing was interesting. We're going to get ready to show you some bats here before we go. And before I show you the bats, I want to thank you for watching, and I appreciate if you would take the time to give us a thumbs up and put a comment in. Those thumbs up make all the difference in the world, honestly. When it comes to YouTube deciding to pump these out, I would really appreciate it if you did that for me.
That's what a lot of people
Under
do.
the ledge, that's the bat.
Are those ants?
Bats, B-A-T-S.
No, the ones in the sun, like at the bottom. Are those ants?
Up top, no, that's where they poop. That's their poop.
And that was a big thing with a lot of people. My 18th birthday, going over to Winter.
Go to the casino.
That's close, guys. That's close. See that?
This excursion cost us about $80 a person, and it was through the ship. We did that because we weren't sure, with Belize being considered a higher risk of crime and such like that. We just went with what was local here and felt fine the whole way. You can actually tell there's this huge storm we're about to try to go in on, but it stayed out away from the shore. the ship was getting hit, but we were not. So, but anyway, I really thought that this was worthwhile. I really liked Belize. I thought that maybe some of the crime stuff was overrated in the regards of the tourist end of it. And I think that, if you're local and you're hanging around at night and that kind of thing, you're probably in a worse situation. But I would definitely consider going to Belize again. I will be going to Belize again. If you're looking for more things going on with travel in the Caribbean and sailing, please check out the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.